What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the LetDirtFly YouTube channel. Today we embark on a new adventure for my 2020 Can-Am Outlander XMR. Now, as you can see by the title, we're doing something big. We are going to be building the Baddest 850 on YouTube. This thing's going to be nasty. Now, before we go into that, I just want to give you guys a quick rundown on what this quad used to be. So this machine started off as a 2020 650 XMR that I bought in May of 2020, I believe it was. And it actually is one of the quads that helped grow our channel. This quad along with our 2020 CF Moto. The thing as a 650 was awesome. It was a great quad, reliable, everything worked. But with anything, sometimes you want to go bigger, badder, more power. That's what I fell into. Seth picked up his 850 XMR and I fell in love with the power of that thing. So what I do? I went out and found a blown up 850 engine that was actually out of the same year quad that Seth had. I completely rebuilt it and we dropped it into this thing. Fast forward a year and well, it's got metal in the oil. Now, it's not because of anything I did. Unfortunately, I used a cheap Chinese rebuilt kit and I kind of knew this was coming because when I was putting the thing together, it didn't go together that smoothly. So I'm actually surprised it lasted this long, but I also had some bearing clearance issues like we were just experiencing with our 2019 1000 Renegade. For some reason, getting aftermarket parts and stuff like that for these things, when you're doing the engine stuff, is just a no-go. You have to go OEM, from what I've heard. And even some of the OEM parts have some issues. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be completely rebuilding this thing and building it up, all OEM parts. But of course, while we're in there, we have to put some horsepower goodies in there. So you're talking high compression pistons, cams, full exhaust. We're even possibly going to be putting this thing on E85. So this thing's going to be a ripper. It is staying stock bore. So if we're not going big bore, we want to stay stock bore. I'm actually going to be working with two of the baddest engine builders that you guys have never even probably heard of in the industry. We're going to be showing you guys them in a little bit here. But these guys build some of the baddest engines. And well, here's just an example of one of them. Yeah, that's like 12,500 RPM out of a 1000 Renegade on nitrous. So, getting into what we're going to be doing. Not only is it going to get high compression pistons, all that fun stuff, at some point, and I am going to be gapping the rings for it, we're going to put nitrous on it. Yeah, what could go wrong? I mean, nothing. I mean, I can't see anything that'll go wrong. So not only are we going to be building a really stout engine that's going to be still stock bore, but really powerful. We're hoping on motor alone to make between 75 and 80 horsepower, maybe even a little bit more possibly depending on what we do. But on a nitrous, it's going to be probably well over 100. So it's going to be pretty nasty. Now, to go along with the super powerful engine we're going to be putting in this thing, it's got to look the part. So we're actually going to be tearing off all the 2020 colors. They're going to be going bye-bye. And this thing's going to get a whole new theme. I think you guys are going to like it. It's going to be totally different than anything you see at any mud parks and everything. I want to build something that's going to stand out in a crowd of Outlanders, color-wise and just color combination-wise. And I think we're on the right track with it. So now, before we obviously build the thing, we have to unfortunately take that blown up engine out. It's not blown up, it's actually just got bearing material. I caught it just in time right before we left for Busco, which sucks if found it right before Busco. But it looks like we just have some hurt bearings. But right now, let's go ahead, let's get this engine out. It's basically almost halfway out already because we might have stolen almost every part off the thing to make other quads work for Busco. So the clutching's off already, the exhaust is off. So basically I just gotta unplug it, drain the fluids, and pull it out. So let's get right into that. Alright guys, engine is out and Seth's standing on a tire in order to be the same height as me.
Taller. I'm actually taller right now.
Yeah,
got nosebleeds up here.
Yeah, hey, weather's different, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's a little bit cooler. But engine is out, it is on a stand. Let's check this thing out and see what we gotta do next.
Stare into it.
Alright, so since we've been here before, Seth, what do we gotta do next here?
Well, I would start with unplugging all this crap.
Yes.
Taking valve covers off and head studs.
Transmission's definitely gonna come off first.
Well, transmission. I mean, okay.
It's all gotta come off.
Is there a specific order? Who?
Yeah, we gotta tear this thing open and see what happened.
Yeah, we'll pretty much catch you in about what, 25 minutes?
Something like that. For them, 5 seconds, but
yeah.
Alright guys, so about to split the case. Now before we even do that, if Seth wants to bring you guys in here, we did find some evidence of the crank being tore up a little bit, and that bearing...
Trying to show it better, there we go.
The bearing was pretty wore right there, but there is a lip here, so that's the biggest damage we're seeing so far. I don't see any heat in the crank at all. So we're about to pop the case off, or the case apart here, and see what might have went wrong. Hopefully, we're lucky. If she wants to come apart, that is. Okay. Now,
change your oil much?
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay, we're making a little bit of mess. Watch your toes.
Alright, I'm focused on the
Still stuck. Gosh. Survey says case bearings look. This one looks fine.
Doesn't look bad.
It's got a lot of coating wore off.
Yeah.
But it looks fine. So these were OEM bearings that were in this side, or that were in a case. And that surface looks perfect. And
that one's got a little wear on her.
Not horrible though. It's not showing copper.
It's not showing copper.
Nope.
But you weren't seeing copper, were you?
I saw a little bit of copper.
Did you see a little bit of copper?
I think it's from the cover. So you can see they're pretty dang wore though. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So we got
not bad. But
what we're actually gonna do, I don't think I'm gonna use it, but we're gonna mic out this crank and see, because I mean that surface looks fine.
Yeah, these surfaces look good. This one here, where is it?
Right there. That's the one I was worried about. That might be where our metal was from, because dude, if you feel that, you can.
Yeah, it's a little chewy.
You can see that this was gonna show copper eventually, but I mean it's wore down pretty good.
Yeah, no, that needs to be.
This is what I did reuse these bearings out of the original 850 case, but yeah. So
Yellow jacket.
This is awesome news. My case is perfectly fine. Look at the thrust looks perfect on that side. Thrust looks perfect on that side. There's literally like hardly anywhere. That's exactly why I didn't want to run this thing at Busco, because I knew this was the early stages of it being hurt, because the engine still ran perfect. There was no...
You could have ran this at Busco.
Probably could have. Yeah, I don't see anything that could have...
And again, like I said to you before, if you ran it at Busco and blew it up, it would have went down in a blaze of glory, hundreds of thousands of views. It would have been perfect. Okay, so as you see, we pulled out the motor, split it in half.
Engine. There's going to be that one guy on the internet.
Okay, so we pulled out the engine, split it in half. As you see, a little bit of bearing issues. Not bad. Marshall's scared of bees.
These are my face.
It wasn't bad. Thankfully, you know, I mean, Marshall's a sissy and he could have rode it at Busco, but...
Probably could have... I didn't know how bad it was. I saw bearing material. That kind of tells you to stop. And it's not like I could have broke it down and be like, oh, it's good enough. I can send it and put it back together real quick.
I would have just sent it. I would have just changed the oil and...
But
wrote it. I would have let it go.
We have a completely usable engine at the moment.
Yes, we do. I think honestly, the direction that you might want to go is OEM bottom end.
Yes. So we're gonna put the OEM bottom end back in it. Not sure quite yet if we're gonna be upgrading the rods or not. Talking to the engine builder we're gonna be working with, who we're gonna introduce probably in the next video. You guys see this because it's gonna be on the engine itself once we get all the parts ordered. But maybe do upgraded rods. Not sure yet. They say I really don't need them for what I'm going to be doing, but if I decide to do the nitrous like we talked about, might want to do that. Just to help hold it together.
You don't really need it, but it's only money, so you know.
It is a lot of money. But yeah, the engine itself looks perfectly fine inside. Besides a little bit of bearing wear we see, and there was one spot that we saw a little bit of copper. That's it. Yeah. So we got a good starting point. So the engine itself is good.
At this point, basically, we're going to reach out to OnKill Power Sports, get our whole order together, and basically start building the bottom end. And then after that, Marshall will start building his high compression motor to try and keep up with or pass the 1000.
Well, in theory, what I've been talking about with the engine builder, it should make more power than a stock 1000. Should to the wheels. So
hey, you know what?
It should be pretty freaking rowdy. It might be pretty comparable to CES 1000 when that thing's done, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna see. Like I said, we're gonna shoot for 75 to 80 horsepower, naturally aspirated, and then when we spray it down, it's probably gonna be making over 100. Which it'll definitely be making more power than running.
God yeah.
But no, it's gonna be fun though.
So that is going to be episode 1 of the baddest 850 on the planet.
He says the planet. I say YouTube.
On the planet.
I'm sure somebody else has it better.
Let's go big.
Then we're going bigger. We're gonna build it pretty bad. That's all we're saying. Yes. This thing's gonna be nasty. Yes. It's gonna sound nasty. It's gonna go nasty. Oh, yeah. So with that, make sure you guys are liking, subscribing, and commenting down below. We really appreciate the support. Seth, where can they catch us on the interwebs?
All right, you can catch us on Facebook and Instagram. Shoot us a message. You want to sponsor part of this build? Hit us up. We appreciate that.
Well, let's have to catch you guys next time on
LetDirtFly.
Have you forgotten where you were?